Guys, welcome back. So this is Ravi's cabriolet that we done some work on. So you guys should have remembered this vehicle. We done some electrical work. The car didn't want to switch off, and it had a couple of issues basically under the dashboard side. And this was the same vehicle that I came to, and I showed you guys some uh, wiring, like silly wiring connections under the fuse box. So this car, okay, this is his baby that he's been building for the past couple of years. Um, he's this motor is built. It's built nice. Apparently, it's a 2.8 motor, right? But it's running on a aftermarket management. So if you if you drive this car now, or if you start this car up, you'll actually see how it overfuels. It can be tuned out, but it's an original car. It's an everyday driver. So we want to get away from the management as such and rather go through with the standard issue. So we managed to source out, and thanks to one of my close buddies, Vijaro, he had a fresh, super fresh harness for us with no cuts or nothing at the sort. There was just one lug we had to put on. That's here by the starter side. But this is a fresh system that we got, and it's a 4-pin airflow. So what we're going to do is we're going to change over to the standard ECU. We're going to use the 173 ECU here that can be chipped as well. So the whole plan here is to get the car looking original, to get it driving nice and smoother. I'll start that up for you now, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There's like a misfire on low down start, and then it clears out. It'll actually fool you. You'll think the car is missing if you just start it and let it idle. But if you drive the car, she actually clears out. So I'm hoping that's got to do with fueling, because this car is very rich. So I think she's very rich down low, and then she leans out higher up. Nonetheless, we would like to get the standard issue in, the standard harness in, so we can get the OBC working properly, even though that is standalone, but we'll get that working properly, and we'll get the check panel working properly. So we'll get all the sensors working correctly and how it should be on the check panel as well. This is a nice original clean car. Look, it's a restored car, not an original car, but it's a nice clean car, and it's an everyday road car. So I'm just going to do a startup for you quickly, and I hope you can hear it in the video of how she sounds. So she's very rough on the first startup. And then there's a couple of more things on the inside to do. I'll mention that to you now. So if you can hear in the video, right? Yeah, you can actually hear the muss. She's got a cam in it, but this is not the cam idle that's doing that. This just sounds like she's got a muss. So she clears out, but then she battles low down. So it can come down to leaking injectors as well, and I think we got to test that afterwards. Then the other thing is, I see the heater is not connected. So yes, the fuel smell is heavier. The heater is not connected. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get the pipes in. I'm going to get the T-pipe in, running back to the water bottle here. Get the heater sorted out, and I see that the coolant sensor plug is not here. The brake sensor plug is here, but the coolant sensor plug is not here. And then we're just going to neaten out the engine bay as far as we can, and just basically get back to original. So again, this is my personal opinion. It's not cast in stone. It's what I feel and how I believe. Aftermarket management systems, keep that for your race cars, your spin cars, or your cars that you just want power out of it. As for your road cars, let's try and go back to the standard issues. Let's try and keep them original, because the standard issues, I believe, are better. So I'm just going to recap on this quickly. We're going to go back to the 173 issue. We're going to use a 4-pin 325 airflow on here. I'm going to try and get a 535 airflow for him. But otherwise, we'll go through to the dyno room. They'll chop the ECU, they'll dyno it for us. They'll check fuel mixture readings. They will check fuel pressure readings in front. And we'll get this car driving much smoother. So we'll do a couple of drives up and down with it. This is the first video on it. So stay tuned for the next videos, which will be the updates. I will try and do now a follow-up video with regards to how the harness looks, how this aftermarket management system, how this harness looks as to the other. Put it in, we'll do a startup on it and see how she is from there. I do assume that she's going to be very rich. I want to see what cold start switches they're running, what temperature switches they're running, because that will affect the standard issue. So if it's an aftermarket temperature switch or cold start switch, they read differently. So we want to try and get the ones from BM, that's the original, not original, it's reproduced ones. But if we can find an original working one, that'll be better. So stay tuned for the next episode. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And hope you enjoy the content. Cheers, guys.